Alrighty guys, Counter-64 here, and today we're set up a score streak, otherwise known as the UAV. So you can see all enemy locations in Fortnite. So, you gotta get 3 kills for mine, and let's wait for the alt account to load back in. Okay, let's go over here to it, and let's activate the UAV. There we go, the red skull icon. So let me go show you how to set this up. Alright, so here's everything you're going to need. So you'll need a timer device, elimination manager, a tracker, item granter, a signal remote manager, a item remover, a player marker, and then another custom timer. And then if you want it for the UAV to activate for one team and the other team can't see it, and vice versa, you have to set up a whole another one, and I'll show you how to set all that up. If you want to see it in the convert settings, you go to this time step on screen now. But let's get into setting up the first one. So first time clock, 1 second, timer name, you name it whatever you want. Well, basically what this timer does is the player tracker is always active at the beginning of every game. For some reason there's not an option to disable it at the beginning of the game, so this timer automatically disables it right at the beginning. Countdown, you can have it count up as well, whichever one you want, and then start at game time. So this immediately disables the I had it on the wrong settings. Duration 1 second, start beginning of the time, yes. Completion behavior disable, so when it gets done it immediately disables. It cannot be started or stopped by another channel in case you accidentally put another channel on here. Visible during game, no. Show HUD, no. Again, you can have this on or off if you want to, but it'll show like a countdown or a count up to 1 second at the beginning of every game. I just don't want that. And then on success, transmit to 496, which sends to the player tracker and disables it. Okay, so elimination manager, transmit on channel 498. Again, you can have your own custom channels, just you got to remember the channels, and mine too. So I would just copy mine to be $100, but if you already have them used, you probably know what to do. Anyway, transmit on that, that's all you need. Tracker, stat track on channel, override scoreboard, no. Reset between rounds, I set this to no, so it'll be more like Call of Duty. You set the yes. What it does is, like say you have one more kill to go and then you get the UAV, the round ends, it will go back, so you have to get 3 kills to get the UAV. So I'd set the no, so it'd be more like Call of Duty. If you don't want it like that, set the yes. Target value, so this is how many kills you have to get in order to get the UAV. You can set this whatever number you like. I just chose 3. Validate team 1, so this means team 1 will be able to get this UAV, not team 2, which is something you need if you have multiple teams. If you don't have multiple teams, just set this to any. If you plan on just using it for all teams, set any, not just team 1. When target is reached, set to do nothing. If you do not, and you put on complete tracker, it will not reset and you won't be able to get multiple UAVs. Same thing with the end round, it will end the round. Show on HUD, you can have detailed, which will show like UAV, 3 kills, and then how far you are into the chain of kills. List about the same, and then both, or you can set the no where it doesn't show anything. Detailed is what I like though. Tracker title, UAV, description, get 3 kills, you can name whatever you want. If you don't want anything, you don't have to name it. Progress indicator, remaining is where it will count down to 0, and then you get the UAV. Off, you won't see anything, no count up, nothing like that. Total, it will count up to 3. So whatever your preference is. To count how many kills you got, use increment progress from receiving from 498, reset progress from receiving from 496, and when complete, transmit on 497. Okay, so this sends to this, and it's on a cooldown time. This is the cooldown of the UAV, so you can activate the UAV, get 3 kills, and you have it again. So I have it on a cooldown for 60 seconds. That's how long my UAV lasts. Or you set however you like, but I just got set on a minute, so you can activate UAV every 60 seconds. And on primary activation, transmit on 495. Item granter, so on grant action, keep all. Equip granted item to 5th item, you can do whichever, don't equip or something like that, it's up to you. And grant item receiving from 497. That's the big thing. And this too, if you have it set to clear inventory, it will clear the person's inventory. Keep all is what you want for this. This really doesn't matter too much. I just wanted that. Item remover, receiving from 495. So when you use the remote, it will remove the remote as well. When you activate UAV, it will remove the remote. One thing, you do not need to have this item in here. I just put it in there because I had it set up another way and I forgot to change it, so you don't have to have that in there. Anyway, show icon, you can change the icon to whatever you like. I just picked the skull and crossbones. Icon color, you can pick any you want. I went with the red as well. Show on map, map and minimap, or none. None, it won't show map and minimap. Of course, it'll show up in the map and minimap. Visible team 1. This means team 1 can see the UAV and team 2 cannot see the UAV. And you can have some effects a class, so you choose a class and the UAV will work. I didn't like that, so I just went with teams. So team 2 will be the one on the UAV. Team 1 can see the UAV. Team 2 cannot see the UAV. So that's how it works. And team 1, your teammates won't be pinged red or nothing like that either. Disable receiving from 496. Enable from receiving 495. Now the last and final thing. Duration, 10 seconds is how long the UAV lasts. So again, mine was set to 1. 10 seconds was just my testing time. So that's what I'll do for you as well. Put on 10 seconds, test everything, make sure it works how it's supposed to. Once you type it all in, and there you go. On completion, reset. If you have it set to anything else, it's just, you have to set up more stuff. So it just put on reset, so it resets and it start the whole chain all over again whenever it gets the activation. Visible in game, no. Show on HUD, no for me. I mean, you can have this so it shows the count, type down the timer. I didn't like that. It's up to you though. Start receiving from 495. On success, transmit to 496, and then it restarts the entire chain of events, and it starts all over again. So when this gets done, it'll go back to this, reset all of the progress. It'll start counting the eliminations again. When it gets enough eliminations, it will give the person the remote. Once the person activates the remote, it will delete the remote, activate the UAV. The UAV will last for 60 seconds. And, well, this will make this last for 60 seconds, and then bam. Yeah. So if you want to set it for another person, another team, you have to do a whole new channel. So my channel is, everything's exactly the same. It's just the channel is 491. This is exactly the same, just different channel. The only thing different with this is the team. You have to change the teams. So if you want team 2 to have the UAV for this one, you have to change to team 2. The other one was team 1, this is team 2. So this has to be different, and this has to be different. So visible for team 2, the affected team is team 1. That's all you need to change really. Everything else, just copy and paste it and change the channels. That's all you need to do. Because if you have it on the same channels, it will of course mess with each other, and yeah, total mess. But basically just use the same layout, different teams, different channels. All right, so now I'm going to show the other like channel layout thing. I forgot what they're called. Events, I think. All right, so now we're on to events and functions. So if you skipped ahead in the video, we're on the events and functions, just so you know. Okay, so let's go into this. So start duration 1 second. Start at the beginning of the game, yes. Completion behavior disable. Visible during game on. It's visible during game on. I mean, no, not on. I'm dumb for both of these. Okay, what this does is the player tracker, it starts at the beginning of the game, and for some reason there is no thing to disable it at the beginning of the game, so it's automatically enabled. I didn't want that because I wanted to activate a UAV. So this is what this does. So on events, it will on success send to player marker 2, so disable it, and then tracker reset progress. This is not supposed to be here, so this carried, just like something must have carried over by accident or something. Any kind of Mave, and fun fact, it does not matter if it is there, if it isn't, it really don't matter. I would keep it that way just in case like some bug, because Fortnite has a lot of bugs, and it'll just reset the tracker and it should work fine. It really don't matter, just reset the progress on the tracker. And there is no functions, that's the only thing it does. That's it. I mean, not much to do with it. Elimination manager. There is no modify settings, there's no functions. The only event is on elimination send to tracker increment progress. So it'll send to this tracker right here. Try this tracker. Stat to track is channel. You want to reset between rounds, no. I have this set to no. You don't have to have this no. You can have no or yes. Basically, like on Call of Duty, there'd be like 3 rounds, and if you're like 2 kills away from getting a UAV, it would carry over to the next round. If you set the yes, it will not, and it will just reset, and you'll be back to 0 kills, and you have to work your way back up to how many kills. Target value, you can have this set to however many you want. This is how many eliminations you need in order to get the UAV. I have mine set to 3. Validate team, this is for team 1. If you want the UAV to be for anybody, you have to select any. So if you just want one of these setups, so it's like basically a free-for-all match, but everybody will be able to see it. So it's kind of like, yeah. team 1. If you want multiple teams, that's how you do it. When target value is reached, do nothing. If you have it set the complete track, it will stop the tracker and it will not reset, so you can only have one UAV. End round will end the round. Show on HUD, detailed, so it will show the information like UAV 3 kills, get 3 kills. List, I really don't know what list does. I think it's like the same thing, just looks different. Both, and then no, it will not show it, and just let randomly will get the UAV in your inventory, I guess. Progress indicator remaining, so this will count down from 3 kills. Total will count up to 3, and then do nothing. Again, it'll be off, so you won't see anything, and then all of a sudden just get a UAV if that's the way you want it set up. So next is signal remote manager. Oh wait, I forgot to do the functions. Crap. Reset progress from receiving from timer device to on success. Increment progress from receiving from elimination manager on elimination. Let's see. And then on complete send to, okay, there it goes. Item granter. It just didn't want showing up. So when it's complete, send the item granter, grant item. So this item right here, this item granter. And the other timer device is that one back there. So now we're done with that. Let's go to signal remote. If you don't know, one thing I did find out with signal remotes, I didn't know this at the time. You have to drop a signal remote on the signal remote manager in order for the remote to pick up with it. Didn't know that. So I built all this and was like, why is it not working? Anyway, cooldown timer. This is the cooldown you have to get UAV, because you can get 3 kills pretty quickly. So I set this to a minute. So you get 3 kills, activate UAV. The UAV lasts a minute, and then once it wears off, the cooldown will wear off as well, and then you activate UAV again. So you can do that, or you can have it set to however, whatever you want your cooldown to be. If you want to activate UAVs back to back to back to back, so totally up to you. So with the functions, there is no functions, and with events, primary activations on primary activation send to timer device 2, start, player marker 2, enable, item remover, remove. So it will enable this, it will start this timer, and it will remove the item from your inventory with the UAV timer thing from your inventory. And then with the item remover, you'll need it to be removed and received from signal remote manager on primary activation. So it will remove the item from your inventory. You don't have to have this, but if you don't want this, you can just have it so there's always a signal remote in somebody's inventory. But I wanted it like this because it seems better to me, but it's totally up to you, whatever you like. So keep all, and then equip item into 5th item slot. Functions, grant item receiving from tracker on completion, and on item grant send to nowhere, because it don't need to send anywhere. Okay, player marker. Okay, show icon. You can have it set to any icon. I put skull and crossbones. There's also a skull in here if you want that as well. For enemy, I just like the danger one. Icon, you can change, the color, you can change whatever color you want. I went with red. Show on minimap, so show the minimap on the location, so it'd be like Call of Duty. None, you have to set up a beacon, which is another way to set it up. I'm trying to make it just like Call of Duty, so map and minimap. Visible for team 1, so team 1 will see UAV, team 2 will not see the UAV. Affects class, you'd have it set with classes too, but I don't want it like that. I want it for teams. Yet again, as added in kind of basis before here, and you don't have to have this set on any. You can put it on none. It didn't affect me any, but if you're not using classes, just put it on none, so it won't affect anything. But it didn't affect it for me, but that is probably going to change in the future, knowing Fortnite. And then affects team 2, so it will affect team 2, not team 1, so you won't see your teammates. So you'll see all of team 2, and you won't see team 1, and only team 1 will see team 2. Team 2 won't see team 2 and team 1. Yeah, it was kind of confusing, but that's the easiest way to explain it. So functions: enable receiver from signal remote on primary activation, disable receiver from timer device 2 and timer device 3. Events: there is no events, this all just functions. And the last and final timer. So we have duration, 10 seconds. This is how long you want your UAV to last. You can have 10 seconds, 1 minute, 15 seconds, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 60 minutes, however long you want the UAV to last. I just went with 10 seconds just to test it out. I would do the same thing when you type everything in. Just do it for like 10 seconds so you don't have to wait forever to make sure it's working right. But I set mine to 1 minute after that. On completion behavior, reset. Anything else it won't work correctly. Visible during game, no. Show on HUD, no. This shows how long the UAV is going to last. The HUD does. If you want that, it's up to you. I didn't want that, so I had it turned off. And this makes it so the device is visible during game, which of course you don't want that unless you do for some reason, but I don't. Functions: start when receiving from signal remote manager on primary activation, nothing else. And then with events, on success, send to player marker to disable and tracker reset progress. So when it finishes, it will disable the player marker and it will reset all your progress with the tracker. So you can start earning 3 kills once again. Okay. And then basically you want to do the same thing over here, over here, but just like different, player markers and stuff, because you can't use the same stuff. If you do, it'll bug out and everything. But there is one thing you do need to change, and it's in the tracker. You need to change the validate team to team 2 or whatever team you're working on. If you're working on team 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you need to have that one set up. It just cannot be the same team as this one. This whole needs a whole different team. If you're doing it for multiple teams, where's the other one you need to change? Right here on the player marker, you need to change this. So whatever team this is for, has it visible for that team, and whatever team you want to affect, have it on team 1. And if you want it for, if you have multiple teams and you want to affect all teams, go to, wait, this one don't have the selection. Oh, I guess you just have to do all then, huh? I did not know that. All right, so yeah, basically all you have to do is change the teams on this, changes to whatever team you want to validate. Come here, change the team for what team this is set up for, whatever validated team you have set up on that. And then the bottom one, change to whatever team you want to see on UAV. And like I said, if you have multiple teams, like say you have, it's 4 teams, all you have to do is copy it over here and then just change this to whatever team, and then it's working fine. That's all you have to do. Anyways, that about this video, guys. If you guys have liked this video, give this video a like, subscribe, and all that. Comment down below if you want me to set up anything else in creative, whatever your creative things you want to be built and that you don't know how to do. This took me like 3 or 4 hours, I think, to set up. I mean, because I tried setting it up other ways, and this is just the easiest way I could figure out how to do it. And if you need any help with this, just comment down below and I will try my hardest to help you. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. And use code CM64. Goodbye.